Yeah, I use a dub.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Jackson. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that
the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the...
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Chris Godwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The ball carrier.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Going deep down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
43 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mixon on the toss right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Cincinnati.
Joe Mixon with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. His kick is right through.
Makes the score Bengals 14. Ravens.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. This time Jackson will throw it. His throw incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
That one good for 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Ravens, nothing.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
At the 1-yard line.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7.
From the gun again to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Throw left side complete. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
1st down, Bengals.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that...
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
The kick is good.
And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Bengals 21. Ravens.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
At the 31-yard line.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 45. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, Burrow. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
And a
good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Being chased out left. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Burrow. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, as the first half is winding down. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Jackson.
Looking for Andrews again. He's got him this time.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And we're going to get a timeout. With 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Complete to number 83.
Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
His kick.
And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Bengals 35. Ravens.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it.
Have some of this.
And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
Jason Sanders.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there in this passing game. They just can't get off the ground, and that play, they wound up losing yardage.
A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Burrow will throw. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Open man has got one. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down.
1st down, Bengals.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
To Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Bengals have got it on cruise control.
Is good.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll go again with Dobbins. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
4 makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A 2-yard gain.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Room here to run. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return? Everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home.
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Back now in Baltimore, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 61 yards that time on the ground.
7-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to make things a bit more respectable.
Is good.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Josh Oliver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will extend this big lead.
Jason Sanders set to
now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counter.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Ball carrier.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 30.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. First down. Here's Burrow. Throwing right, and that's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
The toss play to Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
10-10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?